Alright, hi there everybody. Just doing a little work getting my new lead set up and everything for the welder. I figured I might make a quick video and show you guys how to install one of these. Yep, Stinger, electrode holder, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty common knowledge and everything to me and most other welders with some time in the field and all that, but I figured there's probably some new guys who are not exactly sure. And also on YouTube, I couldn't find a video for the Tweco models. This is the A-732. It's a 300 amp Stinger. So I figured I'll just go ahead and make my own. In that case, somebody needs help. Hopefully I can be that guy. So as most of y'all know, this here, the body cover needs to come off right here first. There's usually a million different ways to do that. Usually all Stingers require an Allen wrench of some kind to do that. This is a Husky 5.5. Sometimes they have the bolt on around here. Other times they have it like this one is tucked up right in this hole here. Let me go ahead and try and so you guys can see that. You'll see that? Probably not, but there is a little insert in there for you to get into. So can't get in with the short end, so you gotta just get the long end in there, kind of finagle it. Get her turned and loosen it up, and you pop it off. First, when I started working with the Twecos, this is the only Stinger, and if you guys know of another one, put it down in the comments. But this is the only Stinger where the bolt-on, you screw it in through the bottom right here, then it comes out right here through the top, and then it basically just contacts the very top of the body cover. You kind of see that indent right where my middle finger just went. And it just holds it in place like that. Most other ones that I've worked with, bolt itself actually holds it in, or there's a washer or something that goes through and then actually pushes it down towards the body of it. So this is the first time I've seen something like that. It kind of is, I'm not a big fan of it. It's kind of a rickety design to me, but probably why I don't own $1 million welding supply store. So now then, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do bolt that holds in your copper and all that. And as I make this video, I feel kind of bad. This was like a spur of the moment thing. I'm just getting the stuff done. I was like, hey, let me go ahead and make this video, show people if they don't know how to do this. One thing I probably should have tried to show you guys was the quick connects and how to do those installs. And obviously I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but you know, before you start working on your leads or anything like that, doing any kind of replacements, make sure you cut the power off. I really hope that goes without saying. And then, you know, disconnect your quick connect if you can. You separate the lead from the power source. But I know some of them are permanently wired, so you can't do that. In that case, just try and reduce the possibility of any power getting to the machine. You know, you don't want to get electrocuted, so, you know, turn the machine all the way off, or you can turn all the knobs all the way down, pull it out from the wall socket, do as much as you can. But so now we're going to go ahead. This is the end of my lead. This is a 1/0. It's also from Tweco's. It was a whole package I bought. 200 feet worth of leads and freaking $600 later. But I already did the ground clamp, and the ground clamp and everything else is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to disassemble it and show you all how to do that unless you really want me to. But I got some pretty sharp knives, and honestly, that's just what I use for freaking ripping this shit out. Usually, you don't need to go more than an inch. I would never say. I always end up stripping a little bit too much off of here, so I try to be conservative with how much I cut. But, you know, just kind of eyeballing it, so it doesn't always end up perfect. If you're using a knife like me, or even if you're using another tool, remember, don't try to cut too far down. Don't put too much pressure on the knife like I'm not doing here. You can always just kind of break it apart like that. See how I did that? Just kind of separated. Some of those soybean fibers are still connected. And then you just got to slowly work it off like that. And boom, got your exposed copper now. So let me see where I'm sitting at right now. Okay, I think I actually hit it right on the money there. Interesting, because I'm usually not very good at performing in front of crowds. So usually I do like to use a bench vise and everything to do this. It's not required, I just find it kind of easier. What I usually do is I get the bolt just like on the very first thread, like so, because I don't want to stick it in and then there's a lot of copper in this. It's a 1/0, or like if you have a 2/0 cable, like you got one of those gigantic freaking whatchamacallums, like the Delta Welds or the Synchro Waves or something like that from Miller that accept those kind of huge cables, then freaking when you stick it in here, you're not going to have a whole lot of wiggle room to actually work and to actually get the thing threaded. It's just what I've had happen to me in my experience doing this. So that's what I do. And then, you just kind of you stick your copper in there. Make sure the fibers don't get bent when they go in. Sometimes they like to get stuck. And then they'll fold back. If that happens, just take it out and just kind of take your fingers, be careful, but just kind of pull and straighten out all the fibers. Keep turning it. So you can't turn the short side no more, and go and put some real torque on the damn thing. Really cinch it down in there, nice and good. Little tug, you always got to do that. And for those of you who noticed, I forgot to put the cover back on. So I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot right now. Pop it off again. Put it between my legs like that. Just kind of hold it there. Alright. Again, leave it like in the first one. And yeah, you can see you got that giant knot there, but none of the fibers are bent backwards. So take your cover. It's not the first time I forgot about this either. Far from it. Slide your cover carefully on, because again, you don't want to get those fibers caught and bend them backwards. Just let that thing fall. It doesn't matter where it ends up, really. Okay, now I'm going to redo all this copper right here. Now, again, take it, throw it back on, make sure your crap's not getting bent backwards as it goes in. Not your crap, your copper. I mean, probably use the technical terms, lest I get yelled at in the comments. Alright, so now go ahead and torque it down. And like so. So now, Stinger is ready to receive electricity. It's properly anchored on. So now we're going to take this, gonna slide your cover back over, and then you're gonna line it up to where you can see that bolt again. All in the Twecos, all three of these will form a straight line, but if you were actually where I am, you'd be able to see it in the light and everything. Then you take your Allen, go down the hole again, and go ahead and tighten her up. And again, with this one, you're not going to be able to tighten it with torque, just with the short side. And that is how you install a Stinger electrode holder on your stick welding leads, or how you replace one. You just got to do the reverse, take the other one off. So I know I told y'all that I didn't freaking do it, but I put these on just now because this is a brand new leads package and everything. These are a Tweco also. It's super simple to do this. So again, you got to cut your fiber off and everything, expose whatever copper you need. It's always about an inch basically. So just take an inch off of it, you could be good. You take this whole black piece here as a cover assembly. You take that, slide it over the wire, and just kind of let it fall down until you're done. And then this gold piece, this copper piece, sorry, it looks gold to me, but I know that's obviously not the case. It'd be a lot more than $600. But freaking, you take that, and it ends about right down here. This is where it ends. They have a little slot up here. You see one side's flat, so you know they made it pretty dummy proof and everything. You do the exact same thing. Once your copper is exposed, you stick it into the bottom of the nugget right here, and then you just push it up as far as it'll go. Try and get it flush where the sheathing starts again. Tighten up the bolt I had to use for that one. I ended up using the SAE kit for that one. I used 3/16 Allen wrench for that one. And that's how I did that. And I just used my Milwaukee to put that screw in right there, and that holds the cover to the actual DINS connector. That's what these things are called. They're DINS connectors. And if for some reason you're dealing with some huge cable and everything, like you got a big blue or something crazy like that, and you need like 3/0 or 4/0. Tweco was nice enough to include cutoff points right there so that you could gap this out far enough to actually get those larger cable diameters in there. But for this is just a 1/0 for these intents and purposes. And putting on a ground clamp is basically the exact same thing too. I'm not going to go get the damn thing off the truck and bring it in here to show you all, but ground clamp is essentially the same deal. I got one of those copper ones, it's all fancy looking and everything. So they got the little ring that sits on there. I call them the anti-pull rings. And then all you do is you strip your wire first, you stick it in through the ring into the little hole in there, and then you tighten up the top end onto the wire, the top bolt, and like literally that's that. You're good to go at that point. Yeah, so I got 100 feet of leads here, 200 feet total. They're going on my Bobcat 260 that I have on the back of my truck. When I make more videos, obviously you guys will see the Bobcat and everything. I'm going to try and do a lot of welding maintenance videos because I do a lot of my own maintenance on all my own equipment and everything. And I feel like there's not a whole lot of video out there for maintenance work. So, and if I can just be one of those idiots adding to the wealth on YouTube, then I'll go for it. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, anything, let me know down in the comments below. Have a good one.